It all started with a dream sometime in May 2022.
When I found out about it, it was one day after I received my keys to my house. And then 2 months after that, my mom said that she felt alarmed as well.
Saya punya payudara ini macam tercucuk-cucuk jarum macam itu. Habis tiap petang badan saya macam demam, meriang, macam itulah.
Instead of something on the left, it was something that was not even visible on the right.
It all started with a dream sometime in May 2022. So this was about slightly less than 2 years after I had lost my third child, who passed away. I had this very vivid dream one night. So I was in the doctor's room and the doctor gave me the diagnosis and said, Hannah, you have breast cancer. And I remember I was just like all over the place, breaking down and crying and going quite hysterical, like how can this be? I just lost my baby and now I have to go through this. And then I woke up. And for many months after that, I was very, very, very scared because I didn't know if the dream was going to be a reality. So for months, I just, on and off, I would do my self-examination at home. And sometime end of 2022, I discovered a huge lump. And that started the journey of a lot of tests. And eventually the diagnosis came end of 2022 that, Hannah, you have breast cancer. At that point of time, it was really hard. It was hard for my family, it was hard for myself, because I couldn't accept, a part of me couldn't really accept that, why is this happening to me? Why is like life so difficult? And how are we going to walk out of this? I was very worried about my children, because that time they were only 8 years old and 6 years old, so still relatively young. They had just lost their brother. We're still trying to process all that grief with them. And then my husband was visibly shaken by cancer diagnosis. So all these put together, we were at a point of time, I guess one of the lowest points in our life. As I look back at the dream, I thank God for that warning, because if He did not give me that dream, I wouldn't have discovered cancer at stage 2. I discovered that there was a whole village of people who were around us, and the moment that they heard that, okay, Hannah has cancer, then messages start flooding in, and through all these little things, right, I realized that, hey, I'm not alone, and fighting cancer should never be a one-person journey or a one-family journey. It has to be a journey of like a village. I think breaking the news to my children was really one of the hardest. So my husband and I struggled about how we were going to tell them. We sat them down, we had lunch, and then I just told them everything. Yeah, so I remember both of them. My elder one had like started to have tears falling down her face. And then the next question they asked me is, why? Why must mommy have cancer? And at that point of time, I had a friend from law school. She knew about my children's struggles, and she was so sweet. So she texted me one night and said, Hannah, I have ordered a couple of books about cancer, and I hope that it will help you in your journey with your children, because my heart really goes out to them. And then I saw the message, I was like, I wanted to cry, because I was like, oh, this is unexpected. This was so timely. And one particular one that my kids really love is called Cancer Party. It talks about how the cells in our body, some of them just don't function the way it's supposed to be. So my kids really had a lot of their questions addressed through books and through these stories, and we could talk about it as a family. There was this particular experience that I think really stuck with me. My younger girl at the time, she's only K2, she wanted to play Monopoly Junior. So she's like, Mommy, can we play? So I was like, okay, I try. So I sat down at the table with her, and we started the game. And I think within 5 to 10 minutes into the game, I started to feel very sick and very weak. I told her, I'm so sorry, Mommy needs to go and lie down, right, for a while. I lied at the sofa, and I can still see you playing, okay? Her response really surprised me. She was like, Mommy, it's okay. I play for you. And then what she did is the next few moments that really brought tears to my eyes was she would roll the dice for herself, and then after she'll come and sit in my seat, and then she'll roll the dice and pretend to be me, and then that's how she played the game until it completed. And I remember that time I was just crying, but I didn't want to let her see that I was crying. I felt like as a mom, like I was failing my child because I couldn't even play a game with her. But yet it reminded me of how my child can be so positive. And she can be so positive and continue with the game on her own. You know, I'm going to use whatever remaining strength I have to fight on in my treatment journey for the sake of my family. Actually, my parents and my family were very much a large part throughout the entire journey. One of the evenings when my parents were just cleaning up, I was just standing outside the kitchen watching. I kind of wanted to help, but I think I was really a bit tired, so I was just like, talking to them. And then I had this scene, I saw them working so hard, two of them washing dishes, trying to clear out the kitchen and clean up. And I started to cry because I felt like, as a daughter, it's like a role reversal, and I should be doing that for them while they are resting. But here they are, even though they are tired, even though they are weary, but they didn't stop caring for me. And that scene, I will still remember that really stuck in my head because I really appreciate what they have done for me as their daughter. And my in-laws were also very, very sweet. So my mother-in-law and father-in-law were always they will always show concern in their own ways, like through cooking me meals, delivering to my house, buying me supplements. My mother-in-law bought me a wig, a really lovely wig when I lost my hair, because it was such a difficult journey.
When I found out about it, it was one day after I received my keys to my house. Back in February 2022, I did a mammogram at the polyclinic. In April 2022, that was when I found out that I was diagnosed with breast cancer stage 2. And then 2 months after that, sometime in June 2022, my mom said that she felt a lump as well. When she did all the mammogram, she did a biopsy, that was when we found out that she too also was diagnosed with breast cancer stage 2. But hers was more complicated than mine because of the location of her of the tumor, which is very near to the heart. They had to reduce the size first before she could go for the operation. But also due to her medical conditions and also her health, when Dr. Samuel told her to go for chemotherapy, she was only able to undergo 3 rounds because her body was far too weak. She was losing a lot of weight. No, I mean, apart from weight, it's like she lost appetite. Yeah.
8 kg.
Lost 8 kg only, okay. It was definitely a sixth sense for me because when I went for the mammogram, I really felt something is just not right. Because I felt very, very anxious the entire time. I remember it was on Valentine's Day. I wasn't actually prepared what the doctor was going to tell me. So at the back of my mind was, I just wanted to know what are the options that I have. I had a friend who was undergoing chemotherapy at 1 floor above my appointment. So I messaged her, I said, can I see you for a while? I said, I need to talk to you. I think I barely spoke a word, I started crying. I really started crying at NEH. I keep on asking her, how do I break this news to my parents? How do I break this news to my family? I said, I don't know how. I'm turning 41. I'm already at a stage of my life whereby I should not be a burden to my parents. I'm supposed at the stage where I'm supposed to take care of them, not the other way around. So I went back home, I said, I remember she was sitting here. I was sitting there at that sofa. She couldn't say a word. All she did was she came and hugged me and she said she was sorry.
I feel very sad because she just took her house key. Because I know she's very happy to have her own life. That's make me so sad because in my heart, please Allah give her a chance because she just started want to have her own life, her own house. Then she's very looking forward for the house. So suddenly this happened to her. That makes me very sad. I start crying. I non-stop crying because it's very painful. In my heart, I'm so regret. She's go there alone. I feel very bad because I with all my sister. She don't want to tell me. She just said okay. I from workplace I go and do the test. But when I done the test, wow, it's very painful. That's why whenever talk about this, I remember that part. I leave her alone. That's why I feel very regrets about that.
So that's the reason why I said I'm already at a stage of my life whereby I shouldn't be burdened my parents. It was a very private matter to me because at the back of my mind I was like, I just want to deal with this just with my family. But it was on the eve of my surgery, my mom actually suggested to me, why don't you just tell this to your followers, to your friends? Maybe their prayers would help you. I wrote that message in my IG story back then. I said that, oh, I'm on my way to go for my surgery. Please, say some prayers for me so that it will be a smooth and successful operation. I started getting lots and lots and lots of DM, and even my mom, I think, and my sister also received messages from their friends as well.
And so surprisingly, friends from Mecca, they even
Make prayers for us.
They're also touching like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I also felt that I also encourage other women to go for a mammogram, because some of them were very scared to go for it because they say like, oh, what if I also have it? I say all the more reasons why you should get it done, so that you don't have this fear, to be tagged to you for the rest of your remaining years. Cancer is not a death sentence.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2023. I found a lump on my left breast. However, when I went for my mammogram, the results came out was quite surprising. Instead of something on the left, it was something that was not even visible on the right. And that was where I was informed by the doctor that, well, it's early stage breast cancer, which won't be even noticeable if I did not go for my mammographic test at all. After being diagnosed, well, it took me like a while to digest. I was kind of shocked because never thought that this could happen to me, because I was active, Good part about it was the lump that I found on my left was actually benign. So I have a piece of good news, I have a piece of bad news. I've decided to take the most drastic step, next step for me. I was skeptical in the sense that, okay, what happens if I lose a breast? I asked Dr. Celine what other options, what can help me to feel that, okay, I have boobs again. So the options are, after MaxTag, we can have implant, or we can actually use our own tissues to reconstruct our breast again. So initially, I was thinking, okay, I don't want a foreign object in my body because it feels weird. I think it feels weird because it's like a foreign object. How would I take it? I've been always very active. Without doing reconstruction, will I be able to accept, certain inconsistency in my body? And also, I did some research work, reading up on my own, and also chat up with some other doctors who also advised me that if I'm so active in sports, it's not too advisable to have your own tissues reconstruct, because to them is that it kind of weaken up your muscles eventually. So I said, okay, looks like I have to have a foreign object in my body. So I accepted it. I never stopped exercising. I never stopped my routine. I just tried to get fit to be prepared for the surgery. My surgery was in the afternoon, if I remember correctly. It was exactly 1 o'clock or something like that. I still went to swim in the morning and went to the hospital as per schedule and told what to do. I was dreaming playing golf. Came to a part where I didn't finish my round, I was woken up. It plays a very big part in my life because it's an outlet for me where it trains your mind. Because golf is never a game that is the same every day or every shot, to be said. A lot of my friends here also helped me through the journey. My family also. The competition is something that I enjoy, and also that's why I told myself if I want to compete again, I have to recover fast. And I also have my work that needs my attention. So all this pushed me ahead.
Saya nampak macam gejala macam saya punya payudara ini macam tercucuk-cucuk jarum macam itu. Habis tiap petang badan saya macam demam, meriang, macam itulah. Habis itu saya pergi poliklinik kasih 1 letter, suruh pergi anting fong, lepas itu dia cek semua, menyatakan saya kena breast cancer stage 4. Dokter Andrian panggil anak-anak, dijelaskan kemungkinan mama kau boleh bertahan 6 bulan. Lihat anak saya yang laki-laki itu nangis langsung. Mama tak boleh pergi, mama tak boleh pergi. Abang masih perlu mama, dia kata. Mama jangan pergi, mama. Abangnya masih perlu mama. Abang mau bahagiakan mama, dia kata. Anak-anak dipanggil pergi sama dokter Andrian, diberitahu yang mama mesti boleh bertahan paling lama 6 bulan. Tidak, dia kali dia perkataan bahwa mama tak boleh menyerah. Waktu kena kemo yang saya tak sini semua busuk itu, anak saya nangis, itu yang laki-laki. Mama bangkit, jangan nyerah mama bangkit. Yang gitu saya tak boleh bangun kan, saya sakit semua. Waktu itu sangat teruk tuh. Mama bangun, mama, saya masih perlu mama. Dia kata, saya belum bahagiakan mama, saya belum kasih apa-apa mama. Dia kata. Dari situ saya terus bangkit, saya mau terasa sakit sekali.
Itu yang paling semua orang.
Iya, saya sangat sakit. Habis dia punya obat tuh, saya kalau makan obat perut saya macam sangat sakit lah, macam kalau masuk mesin cuci macam itu terkiling macam gitulah, Miss. Tapi tak ada pilihan lah. Tapi saya betul-betul terima kasih lah dengan NCIS jaga saya sampai sekarang.
My message to you is,
You give me more money.
huh? I already increase your pay, what?
Abi me more go holiday lah.
Yeah, can. You do not need to worry about me. Inshallah, I will be fine. We must always remind each other to take good care of ourselves. No matter what, whether here on earth or in the life thereafter, I will always want to be with you.
Be happy to be alive. Be happy to be given a chance to live again, regardless whatever direction it is. Don't accept it like when you are diagnosed with cancer, don't accept it as a death sentence. Seek medical treatment quickly. Listen to your doctors. Be brave enough to talk about it. I mean, it's easier said than done, but we have to try. We have to give ourselves a chance.
First and foremost, you are not alone. There are perhaps quite a large number out there who are going through cancer even when they are young. Number 2, it's not your fault. nothing that you have done could ever lead to you having cancer. And number 3, just know that there is always a fighting chance. And then to all who are moms out there, don't feel guilty if you are not doing what you feel you ought to, because your children do not need a perfect mom, just need a present mom.
Jangan menyerah, jangan putus asa, tetap semangat dan berjuang. Jangan takut.